Hey guys, Fuzzforon here, playing Home. I believe this is episode 4. Let's do this. It was locked! This wasn't the right gate. Cool. Walked all the way back to the first one for no reason. This was not it either. I'm guessing it's the third one. Classic place to put it. Of course. Of course. A horse is a horse. Of course, of course. Unless that horse is this guy. What do we have here? The neighborhood's local post box. The letter was sticking out as if someone had pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I break the law and read someone else's mail? Of course I did. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. It was probably Rachel, so I opened the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. I told you Rachel was cheating on me. I knew it. I knew it. And then I'm probably the murderous mofo. Okay. What if Rachel actually isn't dead? And she killed him? I feel like I'm watching Gone Girl. I entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. This is my house. I shouldn't be afraid. I should be like, you ever do that? I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. Ever done that where like it's dark outside or it's dark in your house and you just want to like run and dive into your bed because you're so scared of the dark? I do that. I'm scared of everything. The house is painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power's off. Great, probably because it's storming. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Why haven't I been home in forever? Why was I in that house earlier? Questions! The door to the basement, it was locked. Where did I put the damned key? Why do you have a door to the basement that's locked? I'll never understand. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why didn't Rachel pick this up? Probably because she isn't here. Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yeah, I gotta know how much I owe. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to on payment. What the hell? Front door was locked from inside. What? How? Door was stuck shut. Great. Glad I come home. Norman's house was much better than this. Sure, he was dead inside, but I'd rather be living there than coming back home to this garbage. What's this? I found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? It's good to remember. Feeling like I got part of my life back. Still, the image made me wheezy. Why did I throw it away? Because I probably figured out that she cheated on me with Norman. Our television. I purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Well, now you can play what looks like, yeah, some sort of system there. The colors remind me of the Super Nintendo, but it's not shaped like one. It's shaped more like an Xbox. The new Nintendo Nintendo Nextbox. Yep, that's a thing. Look it up. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yeah. For a few days worth of clothes, personal effects, and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and time matched the receipt I'd found. See, this is why you find stuff in this game. The books were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. I wonder why. Broken glass. Our hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces scattered around the floor. Probably because I got upset, because why would you cheat on me? Probably because I'm not attractive enough. Boom. Reasoning. Sink. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. Of course! Of course! I lost my job and everything else goes to shit pretty fast. Can I use the toilet? No. No. Can't take a piss. I'd like to take a piss. I feel like if I can take a pee in a horror game, it'll make it a little bit better. Actually, that's not true. A lot of horrible things happen in bathrooms. Right, this is as far as I can go, it seems. The laptop had been left on and I only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. Pocketed the key. Right, the only place to go now is the basement. We'll see what's going on down there. We'll see see what this whole mess is about. See why Rachel's gone. Why Norman is dead. I locked the basement door. Okay, nothing happened. Of course, this game's not scary. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. Great. Like, bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key there. Did I take the key? I guess I'm not done yet. I took the small key and I try to remember. Okay, probably the front door. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck, and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something to break through with. Like the hammer I had! Was that door the door I closed, or the door somewhere else in the house? I couldn't go out, though I needed to see if Rachel was here. I don't like being home anymore. Was this the locked door? Grimy key. Yep, of course it's grimy. Caked in grime, of course. Looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? No! Just you, probably. There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I take the crowbar? Where's my achievement for being Half-Life? Where's my Half-Life achievement? There's no achievements in this game, but there could have been a Half-Life achievement there. They know it. So let's think about the weapons I have. A hammer, obviously, gone for some reason. And I have a knife in my boot. So that's fine. Did I break through the wall? It's the only place I can go with heave. I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. Ooh! As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? Oh God! No, don't look! I don't want to look! A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I'd come this far. After all the searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Yes! She's gonna pop up. She's gonna pop up and scream at the screen. I don't like that! Hi. Uh-oh. My hands trembled as I pushed back the layers of the cloth. They're at the center. Is that a correct way of spelling center? That took away from the fear. Under all the dirt and mess was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even though all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I'd carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened to Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen. I wondered if any of it could have helped me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on a shaky leg and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. And then I opened them. Oh, so I just went to sleep. Of course. Something's not right. Something's definitely not right. Why would the game continue? Why? I'm being followed by the killer. If I'm not the killer, let me leave! Where do I get the answers? What do I do? Oh, the kitchen again. I forgot the kitchen was here. I must have locked the door. There was no reason to return to the backyard anyway. I'm glad they do that, so you can't walk all the way. No more chit-chat over breakfast, at least not for us. Okay. Nothing to do here so far. Couldn't go back down, not until I'd gone over everything. I need to make sure it was perfectly clear. And, okay, I see, I'm just getting rid of evidence here now. Just figuring everything out. What's this? My old office safe sat on the floor. It used a digital passcode lock. Did I try to open it? Yes. Not that. Damn it. I knew I couldn't remember it. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest. In it were the names that had been written down. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Stephanie, Holly, Rose, Rachel. I recalled the names I saw scratched out on that old desk deep within those musty tunnels. Was the house really up to something? It's probably you. But then again, I feel like there's a killer outside my home. Name of the game, everyone. Name of the game. Glad I was there to share it with you. Love this moment. It was a letter I had taken from the post box. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of that Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? Yes, he did. I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair, and that bastard, he killed her for it. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? Okay. Alright, this makes a little bit more sense. Alright. Raise the roof. Power to the people. Power to the player. I gotta find out the code. It has to be somewhere. What's this? This was an old photo of the other man and his wife. I assumed I found it in the house. I recalled those faded remains I'd found deep underneath the house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? I mean, why else would I be put there? You know what I mean? Like, I was knocked out. Whoa. Just then. I was knocked out, put in that house, so obviously the man in the house had to know something of it. Like, who doesn't know that they have that in their basement? Yes, definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, and remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. Yeah, how the hell would he be innocent? Oh, back here. Maybe I would use some travel books and find some place to go. Yep. Wait, no, I didn't actually. I looked at the bookshelf. Go back! Go back! It was my wallet. Within its context, into either I dropped it stuff or somebody else did. Maybe someone stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Yeah, why else? Didn't see how it could have happened any other way. It must have been the one with my wallet and its contents. What does that mean? I don't know. Like, I was sure you were the bad guy. You have to be the bad guy. But now Norman seems like he's kind of the bad guy. No. Nothing in here. Please have the code in here. Yeah, I'll be honest. Was the key card I found in the factory the one that allowed me to slip through that door? It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Yeah, he went back for something. He must have been using the old locker room. Oh. Laptop had finally run out of power. How long had it been left running? Sorry for the silence. I'm just really... I remained at that mirror. I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Am I dead? What if I'm just dead and I'm haunted Norman to death? Is that a thing that could have happened? It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, maybe there wouldn't be anything left for me to find, but I had to take a last look. There's gonna be someone down here. There's going to be someone down here that's not... Hello? I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? Yeah, I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Good. Someone's gonna be in there, I know it. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back to that room again. I had already seen too much. Why did I pick up the knife then? I need to put an end to this issue in one way or another. Then, am I just gonna kill myself? Is this how the game ends? Because that's kind of dark. That's the basement door. Can I leave now? Can I go? I knew I needed to escape that nightmare, but what about the knife I still carried? I wondered, even if I left, would it really be over? Should I leave that house forever? Yeah, get out of there! There's dead people everywhere! Hadn't been easy. The plan helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had When was this gonna be brought up? I tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed a terrible truth, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was a final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man that I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things that seemed to think otherwise. After making out of those tunnels, I thought the sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like 2 people. But who was that? Who was it that was attacked? I had found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest and even Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought that would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. Deep within those woods, though, was where things became truly awful. Finally, that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had been on that list, so what terrible plot was she a part of? There was a similar list of names on the desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? It was clear, at least, that Norman had been going back to the old plan. Maybe he was the one who boarded up that locker room, who had been there drinking up in there, that secret hiding place. So he killed that guard then? He must have. Maybe he was found out of or the guard had caught him on patrol. Damn it, Norman, why? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I went to Norman's store, but all I found there was more horrors and more questions. Now that I could really consider it, then what should I have been seen it coming? Wow, a lot of reading, damn it! Norman, you were dead, and it was damn hard to feel bad about that. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends. Why did you say you just a friend? But why did you kill her? Oh, were you responsible for the other murders? Yes. I would have find no peace, that much I was certain. But this way I could have looked you in the eyes or sit through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to that hope that this would end, and I guess in a way it did, but how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked. To think about it now, coming through the back door and into the kitchen should have tripped me off. That something was horribly wrong. There was some sound of television, radio, even the air was still, but even seeing Rachel there lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. The other man I found was involved in all this somehow. I knew it, but it was Norman, that traitorous son of a bitch who had done this deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express, but that offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now, and I was too forever. I swung open the door and stepped out into the air. I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and gave me beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather I should run. Okay. So, did I do it right? I don't think so. I think there was different endings. I want to say there were different endings. Home is dedicated to my wife, Nancy. Watch your back. Wow. That is a threat. That is a straight up threat. Press page to share your story. What happened to you? Home is now available. Okay. So, there was different ways to do this story. But I guess I did it in this way? I don't know. I feel like I actually killed Norman, Rachel, and I feel like I'm more of guilty than I thought my character thought he was innocent. I don't know why they told me to play with headphones. It wasn't really a scary game. There was just some like jump scares with noise sound effects. So it's not that scary, but it's a really interesting story to think that if I had found more clues and I hadn't rushed anything, I could have probably figured out what really happens, but I don't know. I don't know. This is something that I highly recommend that you try out at least, if it's cheap enough. I don't remember how much this game is, but apparently it's on the App Store, so I mean, if you want an app where you can just walk through and play during class in college, don't do that. I never do that. But what I'm trying to say is, see what your story is. And you know what? I'm really interested. If you guys have played this before, I would really like to see what happened in your story. Just type it out in the comments below. Let me know what happened in your story. I'm actually really interested. But anyways, thank you all for watching. This was just a warm-up to me coming back into the Let's Play community. I'm sorry it took me so long. I don't know if there's going to be more of this face cam thing. I mean, I look pretty hideous with my No Shave November going on right now. I've never participated before, so ugly. But thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You're the best fans ever. Best fans ever. I mean it. I love you guys so much. So thank you all for watching, and there will be more Let's Plays coming soon. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.